Another thing that needs to be said is if you're white and your partner is a person of color and significantly more attractive than you, you are exploiting the racist structure. It's just, you're just gonna owe double reparations. And that goes to literally all my exes too. But yeah.
What the?
Alright, Game Changers, welcome back to another video here today. When one thinks about relationships and especially marriage, what comes to mind? Hopefully, commitment and wanting to be with only one person, right?
Is that the one? I hope so.
I mean, that's what a marriage is all about. The union between two people. There are vows that you take, promises you make to each other, and confess your love to each other as well.
You're goddamn right.
That means that there shouldn't be other people involved, right?
Oh, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Well, what if I told you that there was a woman on TikTok that said she and her husband are married, but also have partners of their own?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, but before I do, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter so that way you can follow all that I tweet out. And make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to become a part of the game-changing community here, because I cover viral videos, trending videos, and videos that, of course, make no goddamn sense. Anyways, if that sounds interesting, let's get into it.
So a lot of people have been asking me, what is a platonic marriage? I think it's one of those things that's a little different for everyone who's in one, but let me just tell you a little bit about mine.
Now, before we continue, I personally had no idea what a platonic marriage was, so I looked it up. Apparently, a platonic marriage is a legal union based on spiritual connection or practical love rather than a romantic one.
My marriage did not start off as platonic. My husband and I married in 2013. We were in love. We wanted to start a family. We had our first son in 2014. And, that was really hard. Adding a child really changes the dynamic of your relationship, and we just weren't communicating very well.
She said they weren't communicating very well. Interesting. Now look, I'm neither married nor have any kids, but what I do know is that communication is vital to any relationship. She also said that adding the first child changed the dynamic of the relationship. Now, I get it. With the child in the picture, there are certain things that you can't do that you used to do before, but you can still make it work.
Yeah.
But I think it's what she says in this next clip, or continues on to say in this clip, is what really is the root of the issue here.
Fast forward to 2017, I was pregnant with my second son, and during that time, I found myself in a bit of an entanglement.
Excuse me, what?
Found myself in a bit of an entanglement.
Ah, entanglement, huh? Where have I heard this famous word before?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August.
Gonna cry?
Oof, you hate to see it. She got into an entanglement, and this is the problem. But let's see what happens next.
So that's really when I told my husband, hey, this is the situation. I want to separate, basically. And the whole entanglement situation is just such a long, painful story that I would love to tell you guys at another day and another time if you really want to hear about me getting my heart ripped into 100,000 million pieces, which I probably deserved because of what I did to my husband.
You stupid.
I'm happy to tell you at another time. I mean, here we are. It's been a few years now. We lived apart for 2 years, and we've been back living together for a year now. And the reason we decided to do that is because neither of us wanted to sacrifice time with our kids. Even when it wasn't our day to have the kids, we were always at each other's place. If it was my night to have the kids, he would stay over from the time we got off work till time to go to bed, and vice versa. I was at his house or he was at my house every single day. So we just kind of decided, hey, maybe we should try living together again. We're always together. you know, we're best friends now. Things are better in our relationship. Even though it's changed, and we're not in that romantic relationship anymore, we still coexist as friends and as partners and as, you know, parents.
Heck no. If this was the case where I found out of any entanglement, you're done. I would feel so awkward living in the same place as someone that I know I had feelings for and now no longer do. I mean, I get that it's because of the kids, but man, I don't know. This is just so weird.
So yeah, like I said, you know, we've been living together, back together for a year now. We don't really have a plan of how long we're gonna do this. We're just kind of seeing how it goes. We do have kind of an understanding that, you know, if at some point one of us wants to make a change, no matter what that reason is, be it, you know, we're just tired of living together, maybe one of us does end up in some sort of, you know, serious relationship, whatever the situation is, you know, we'll kind of cross that bridge when it comes. So yeah, I mean, it works for us. We get to be with our kids every day and we save a lot of money on bills. Highly recommend.
Highly recommend? No, thank you. Ain't nobody gonna take advice from someone who got in an entanglement, basically cheating on her husband, and then living together again? Nah, fam, just could not be me.
Nope.
Now, since both she and her husband have their own partners, a user asked her what happens if the person they are dating wants to move forward with marriage.
Alright, before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know that my husband was less than thrilled that I was calling platonic marriage as a business transaction in the comments. I just want to clarify that my husband and I are the very best of friends. We did marry for love, unfortunately fell out of love, but did remain best friends, and here we are today.
Okay.
So when my husband and I first separated, we agreed that we would not get a divorce unless one of us was in a relationship that was going to lead to marriage. I think sometimes when you've been in a marriage, the definition of marriage kind of changes for you, and getting married again just isn't really a big priority. And while we are both in long-term relationships, marriage just isn't on the horizon for those relationships right now. But we do have an understanding that one day that might change. And when that happens, we're just gonna have a conversation, make some tough decisions, and just kind of split our lives and figure it out. And yes, for those of you that are wondering, his girlfriend does know about me. She knows about our situation. She's cool with everything. I met her once and she seems like a cool person. And I do also know that she's on TikTok, so in case she ever happens to run across this video, thanks for the content. And my husband has not met my boyfriend because we're long distance, it's a little more difficult. But my boyfriend knows about him. He knows about my boyfriend. You know, everyone in this situation, we're all consenting adults. We also have an agreement that our children will not meet anyone that we're dating unless it is getting serious and potentially leading to marriage. So our children haven't met anyone that we've dated before. Last thing, I just want to say thanks to all the positive comments. I appreciate you guys. I understand that you guys have a lot of questions and I'm happy to answer them because I just think, you know, if people thought outside the box a little bit more, maybe we'd all be a little happier. So yeah, thank you guys and keep asking questions.
I'm sorry, but like I said before, this just couldn't be me. Guess you could call me traditional, but if anything like this happened, you best believe I'd be out of there. I ain't trying to share some space with anyone who's with someone else like that. How some people are doing it is honestly beyond me.
Yes, sir! This nigga's spitting. Damn, nigga!
Talk about things that make no goddamn sense. Anyways, what did you guys think about this clip? What do you think about platonic marriages in general as well? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified every single time I upload a video. Now with that being said, this is GCP signing off.